It's MK and I am back with Scraptember and 30 Days of Sketches. Here is the sketch that we will be working with today by Paper Issues. And the theme for today is rainbows. So I won't be doing the theme today. So what I have here is I went to my Cricut and cut out some words. Now, this was supposed to say never stop looking up. And I decided to omit the word up and just do never stop looking. Because if you don't look around, like visit whatever you're, doing, then you kind of miss some things. And so I thought that this was a perfect title, considering the pictures. I'm also going to be doing some Nuvo, and then I have some Nuvo Glacier paste in some gold. And then I also have some Nuvo Glimmer paste in, I think it's cocoa or something. What does it say? Yeah, rich cocoa. And it is beautiful, by the way. So I'm going to be doing those on my words, on my die cut words. I also have some cut aparts here. It's no waste packaging from my Not Just for Boys Kit Club cute little things. And I've already picked out the words that I planned on adding to my layout. And then I have a few pre-made embellishments. Now I made these back in February, I believe. No, April. I think I made these in April, and I just love how they turned out. And so I'm going to slap a few on this one layout. What I have here is a 6x6 pocket page. So it's got 4 6x6s in it, and I only have 2 photos. So I am going to, well, at first, my whole initial thought was I'm going to cut off the 2 6x6s that I don't plan on using. But because of this sketch and the versatility of it, I will be using this round piece. I believe this is a My Mind's Eye, and I plan on cutting out my my tree ring from the green piece of paper and then using this close to my heart cardstock to get it all to become one piece. So this will represent the little yellow or the little rainbow. And I apologize for the camera shifting, you guys. It was a long weekend and my children were home, and my husband put a string on the end of my arm for the camera, and it's my kids' favorite thing to play with, and they don't realize that they're shifting the camera back and forth. So my son was trying to fix it, and this is as best as he gets. And when I when I look up and pay attention, then I realize that we're crooked, and I apologize about that, you guys. Oh, woe is me. I finally removed the string because I don't need it anymore. It was originally for my iPad, and my iPad was so heavy that he put the string there to anchor the arm down so it wouldn't keep like slowly but surely like sinking, I guess is the word. And so he thought he was being inventive, but now that I don't have an iPad anymore, I don't need the string anymore. Long story short, oh my god. So I decided to back my photos in the other portion of this cardstock. And so that way I, used the cardstock instead of covering it all up and then adding more cardstock to my pockets, because that makes for bulky pockets. And so I thought, oh, it's perfect. I'll just cut this piece off and then I will tape them all back together when the time comes, because I'm not doing the other side of this pocket page. I'm only doing the one side. So I have glued my tree ring down and then decided where I wanted my flowers to go. And instead of trying to use my up and down trimmer, I decided to use the guillotine, because I did not glue every little leaf of the flower down, because I think I want to tuck some things in, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to be doing some washi tape. My son is there helping me. He's the one that shifted the camera, by the way. He's the culprit. And I'm basically just piecing my pieces together, because I took 4 inches off of the cardstock so I could put my tree ring down, but I didn't know how much of the tree ring I needed on the other side. I mean, I guess I could have guessed that it was going to be 2 inches, but I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted it to work. So I was pretty happy with how I did it. Even though it was probably unnecessary. Yeah. So anyways, the tree ring is representing that arch on the layout, but I just took the entire sketch, or I should say on the sketch, but I took the entire sketch and flipped it on its side. And where the journaling strip is basically where my photos are. And then I'm not going to have the title go like on its side, going up my page. I'm not going to do that either. So I'm still going to try to figure out the title. So decided to put one of the frames behind my son's photo up at the top and kind of make a little cluster going on up there. At first I was going to have both of the frames kind of overlapping, but because I have wood veneer pieces on the frames, I won't be able to cut through those with my trimmer. I mean, I guess I could, pull out some sort of tool that I probably own and get it to cut in half, but I don't think I wanted to. I was trying to figure out how I can put those pieces in the 6x6 pockets without having to, cut a wood piece. And so it just worked out really good this way. I did cut all of my pieces, my whole layout in, 4 pieces, just so that way I could see where the lines are and what would be going over the line. So my little frame that I put up at the top next to my son's photo, the leaf of it, the leaves on the string will be going down into the next one. So I kind of like how, they all interact with each other and whatnot. So I decided to go ahead and work on the title, and then while that dries, I'll work on the rest of the layout. So I am taking this Rich Cocoa glitter paste. Now this is a little bit thicker than the glimmer paste, but it does still have kind of the same shine, although glimmer paste has way more shine than glitter paste, and it's smooth. It doesn't have that grit of the glitter in it. Just in case, fingers on a chalkboard bother people, using a harsh palette knife like I am now and on a glass top surface, yes, you do get the grit and the grind of the glitter. Now, when I use my silicone spatula through a stencil, I don't have that grit and grind as much. So depending on if it bothers you or not, I would stick with Glacier. It's Glacier paste. I've been calling it glimmer paste. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I would stick with this Glacier paste because it is just like it has, it's almost like it has those little flakes that, I don't know what they're called, but the gilding flakes, I think. Oh my gosh, I have no idea, but this is just beautiful and none of that grit on it, whether I use the soft palette or the hard one. Now I'm using a hard one for this particular one is because I wanted that teeny tiny little point that they offer and be able to just slap it on what is this called? I don't know anymore. On my die cut. Now I do have to say that once I put it on the layout in the video, it's hard to see, but in real life it sticks out and is very, it matches the layout. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, you guys. I just love how it turned out, by the way. I'm trying to get the glimmer paste to go kind of in the glitter paste. See, I'm calling it glimmer again. It's Glacier. I apologize. But I am trying to get it to go into like it was kind of like it fell out or like it's an ombre, but I didn't really want it to be totally ombre. I didn't want it to, I don't know. I'm just messing with it and talking to my son, and he's asking me questions because, he pretends like he cares. He really does. It's my oldest son, by the way, in case somebody's like, oh, which son? It's my oldest. The other two are total boy, and they don't care unless it has a picture of them in it. They don't care. So anyways, the point of my never stop looking is only these 2 boys of mine noticed this hole in the tree and how it was cut and everything. So we are actually in a national forest, or actually I think it's a state forest or state park or I don't know what they're called. And it's one of the trails that we enjoy taking very much. Well, during certain times, the trail gets lost and covered up by the snow. It's warm enough to go hiking without t-shirts. Oh my gosh, no, we don't go naked. Without jackets, but it's still very, very snowy. And we like to go up there and have snowball fights, but every now and then we get lost and we lose the trail. And then we just keep going because we always know we'll eventually find the trail going down. we're never scared to get lost, really. And the two boys here found this hole, and it goes all the way through the log, but it looks like somebody cut the log, even though that's not allowed where we are. And who on earth would want to travel that far with a chainsaw or any kind of blade is beyond me. It is quite a walk up there. So we don't know how it happened or what happened to this little log. In fact, we found quite a few interesting things that we were just kind of like, I wonder how this, got here, or wonder what they're doing here, and things like that. It was interesting, and we only find them when we get off the path and see what odd things are out there. So it's quite interesting. Anyways, back to the layout. What I found was I found this ribbon that it's like a vine, and then it has leaves. Well, I always end up cutting the leaves off and using them as just separate little things. It adds really soft texture to my layouts. I really enjoy doing it. And so I took some white and some gold just to add a little bit more gold to the layout. And I tucked them behind some of the leaves on the pre-existing design of my tree ring, as well as added a few to my pre-made embellishment up at the top. And then I'm going to add a few more down below where the G is on the looking, just because I kind of feel like it's a little bare down there. So it is a little bit too long. It does run into my son's stomach. I would have rather it not, but I didn't want it to be any smaller. I already felt like it was too small compared to the words never and stop, but it was the size. I didn't change any of the sizes. So yeah, I am going to glue this little, I don't know what it says. It says something to laugh. I don't know. Something to laugh. And I just added some leaves to it just to make it look like it wasn't an afterthought. And then I have the little dot for the eye, which I did off camera because it was kind of a little tricky and I made a huge mess, by the way. And then I'm going to grab some self-adhesive gold sequins. It came in a paper pumpkin kit. I absolutely love my paper pumpkin kits. Now, paper pumpkin kits are from Stampin' Up. I know. Infomercial alert. Here we go. It came from a Stampin' Up. It comes from Stampin' Up, and it's a monthly kit that you can opt out to not get every month. But you do have to do it in a timely manner, or you'll get it automatically. But what I love about it is all of the little different things. Now, it is a card kit. It is strictly a card kit. But what I love about it is taking all of those little pieces, and then I have teeny tiny little bits to add to my layouts. I also can make really cool like embellishments from them and stuff, unique embellishments that end up matching. Like all of these wood rounds, they came from Stampin' Up. I believe they came in a paper pumpkin kit, but I'm not really sure exactly, or they came in just one of their catalogs that were a special catalog. I don't know, you guys. It's so weird how these companies are, the little online, what are they called? Demonstrating companies. Yeah, it's quite interesting how those guys operate, especially when I'm going to have a catalog out for 4 months and you only have 4 months to purchase it. If you don't, then we might bring it back, but no guarantees. That stresses me out, you guys. It stresses me out. It's like, I only have 4 months. Well, if it's not in the stars or the budget, I miss out, and I feel like I've missed out for life. Like it'll never show back up, and that just stresses me out. So I stop looking, but I do look every now and then. All right, I babbled through the whole thing. Basically what I did was anything that overlapped into another layout or into another section of the pocket, I glued down with liquid glue to make sure it was going to stay put, and then I used my X-Acto knife to cut through where I already cut my papers. So I love how the title blends in. Like I said, in real life, you can see it, but outside you can't. Now, if you're curious on how I made my cute little woodland creatures and my frames, I do have that in a playlist. I can't remember what it's called, but I do know it's in April, and I'll go ahead and I'll link it down below as well. It'll be way, way down at the bottom in the description box below this video. And yeah, it'll definitely be down there underneath everybody else that is playing along. Speaking of which, be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along and all of their different takes on this sketch. I am just loving seeing how everyone is different on how they see a sketch, and that just blows my mind. I absolutely love it, and thank you guys so much for checking out this video today. I want to appreciate everyone. I really, really do, you guys. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, even though I was kind of sort of MIA and didn't get to the comments as fast as I usually do. Thank you so very much, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.